Our course from Baltimore to Havre will take us by many points of interest. We will pass Fort McHenry, go under the Key Bridge, and out the mouth of the Patapsco River and up the Chesapeake Bay, passing the Craig Hill Channel Lighthouse, Pools Island, and up the Susquehanna River Channel, past Fishing Battery Lighthouse, and into Havre de Grace. Well, as indicated by the ETA calculator, which is built into the charting software, our cruise will be approximately 40 nautical miles and will take us a little over 2 hours. As I look back, I see Baltimore skyline fade away, as well as the ramparts of Fort McHenry. What a magnificent sight. Heading down the Patapsco, we pass under the Key Bridge and the remains of Fort Carroll, which never really did become a fort. The loading docks and smokestacks of the industrial city soon fade away as we enter the Chesapeake Bay and round Sparrows Point to see Craig Hill Lighthouse. The lighthouse is not manned and is part of the Craig Hill Range Lights. The small building you see on the outside is the old outhouse. I guess that's one toilet that will never get clogged or filled. Heading northeast past Pools Island, which is off limits as it was once used by Aberdeen Proving Grounds as target practice. There may still be many unexploded ordnance around. The lighthouse on Pools Island first lit in 1825 and was built by John Donahue. In 1994, the Army petitioned to have the light placed on the National Historic Register. Restoration began in 1997. At the head of the bay is a convergence of three rivers, the Susquehanna, Northeast, and the Elk River. This area can become very choppy as the flow of the river, the tide, and the wind sometimes conflict with each other. Heading northwest into the Susquehanna River Channel is the Susquehanna Flats. The flats carry a mean low water as shallow as 1 foot, so keep a careful eye on your charts and your depth sounder. It's very important in this area. One of the more interesting sights along the way is Fishing Battery Lighthouse. Initially in 1853, Fishing Battery was a one-story brick house with a lantern built in. Then in 1887, the lighthouse underwent major renovations with a new foundation and an enlarged building. A steel skeletal tower was erected in 1921 and was automated in 1939. In 1942, the island came under the ownership of the Department of the Interior and is part of the Blackwater Wildlife Refuge. Abandoned and off limits, the lighthouse is now on the Lighthouse Digest Doomsday List and is in dire need of rescue. Welcoming you to Havre de Grace is the Concord Point Lighthouse. As we enter the water side of Havre de Grace, Tidewater Marina stands out as a safe haven from any storm, as well as a refueling stop. There are basically two marinas in town, the town marina with ample dockage and transient, and Tidewater. We chose Tidewater as it seems to be closer to town. If you're coming in by boat, it's advisable to make reservations early, as this is a very popular cruising destination. Once we are refueled, it's time to head to our slip and tie up for the night, then head into town for some sightseeing and relax.